today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Denver Broncos and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. For Sutton, the receiving numbers from last week's game. 7 catches, 68 yards.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One of the toughest things about playing quarterback is staying in the pocket, all that going on around you, and not letting your eyes go down to where the pass rush is. Instead, keeping them downfield. And that time he did and found his tight end for a first down.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Pats will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 75 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy the defense has had better focus on.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Now Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
All day, just like that, just like that. No, check that. We want Mike 55.
They go play action with Wilson.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
In your face. Hey, check Mike 45. Check.
Wilson.
Come on.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Fielded just inside the 20. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The Patriots at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there at 22. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here we go, here we go. Show it in.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away, sacked back at the 22. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. They'll drop to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Denver's offense now set to go. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 45. 65. 65. 65.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike 52.
Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson on the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Check 45 to Mike.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They run the option here on 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Check tight end, check tight. Check tight. Hey, Mike 52.
Here's Wilson to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Wilson, and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England trying to get a place on offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Back to throw again. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Jalen Waddle, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
New England's offense set to go. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. And fortunately here for them, he's going to be taken down before he can gather much momentum on the run back. So no fireworks on the final field goal attempt, and that'll do it for this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Try to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
5-36. Too little, Cupcake.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And it's caught. Touchdown, Patriots. From 10 yards out. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos. Just shy of the 30. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Here's Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3 down,
On 3rd down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles. with his better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. They'll look to throw here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
And coming out now, the Broncos. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out quickly to Judy. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
To throw again is Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the 1st down at around the 22. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down by 13, a minute 47 on the clock. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. On 1st down, Wilson. Being chased out left. Able to get this to Patrick. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Broncos in the hurry-up trying to get to their positions and get set quickly. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing again here, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Wilson will throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought two words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for New England, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Broncos,
today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns.
just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I...
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 18 carries, 96 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3 and out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it'll be Titan football. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. That's complete to Traylon Burks. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. A handoff running left is Dobbins. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The Titans at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind. And the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
To about the 35, 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Don't get nervous. Undercrush.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Watch time. Tight end right.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Titans. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Let's go. Around 80. Watch my 4. All day, punt. Hey, watch that.
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill.
Watch the curl.
Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, you don't have to wait till you get to the red zone to run the fade. It can be effective in any part of the field.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And I tell you what, partner, I think this guy's going to like running behind his new offensive line.
I agree with you, and you can never have enough good runners. They usually provide a nice little spark with their new team.
1st and goal from the 3.
54 Mike. Let's go. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill staying on his feet. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Mike's by 4. Watch the pass. Here we go.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Tannehill. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Browns are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
No score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I'd put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Shift.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now Tannehill. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
30. 54 Mike. I got one.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Mike 54. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
Check.
In trouble, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Let's go.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Tannehill to the sideline. Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal. This from 42 yards out. Bullock's kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. They find some open field here. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9.
4 down. Check.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns have moved out in front. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
Now Cade York for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Tannehill on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
It's our field. It's our field.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 29, Tannehill. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Trayvon Walker, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Dobbins running out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The tackle there by John Johnson. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
40. Mike 54. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Browns to take over. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start 1st and 10.
Let's go. 33. Yellow.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense. Watch the shift.
Cut.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And this will be incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A nice little juke. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Set, hut. Red, 38.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Ready.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The York on now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And the Titans getting set to go. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Lady! Let's go, D.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike. 50.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Ready, hunt. 54. Watch the run. Ready, hunt.
Now it's Tannehill. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tannehill. That pass taken in by Burks. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tannehill now to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Changes which.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1 yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score at worst.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They go option right on 2nd and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Mike's 54.
Now Tannehill. That's caught by Waller out left side. And it's a Titans touchdown. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Tannehill looking to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Browns drive about to get started. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 1. He shakes him off. Shakes off the sack. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bradley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up a throw. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
24's the mic. Hey, what's the ball? 24's the mic.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 114 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no.
Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by York is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Here we go. Joker.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Tannehill. Got a man complete. It's Fuller again. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. It's caught. Fuller with an incredible catch. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
I'm coming.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Tannehill throwing again. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Darren Waller, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch.
Ready, go.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Back to throw here. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. It's our time.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
22.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 34. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They go with Jacobs. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Let's go now. Black, 95.
Check.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Browns, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they fall a game under the 500 mark.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And that flag accepted.
45, 45. Mike, 45.
They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen now. Jared Dokes. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10.
Mike 14. Mike 14.
They'll look to throw. He gets this one complete to Bowden. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hey, check Mike 45, check Mike.
Out of the gun now on third down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
I got it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jermaine Johnson in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. There's Chris Olave. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Olave. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now it's Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Bunch formation, bunch formation. Come on, boys, come on.
Here's Rodgers.
Let's get this.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. They run here with Singletary. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
4 down, even.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Ravens post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the 1st down marker.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Back to throw. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Singletary trying the left side. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Singletary again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Devin Singletary. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Robert Tunyon, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. He'll look to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's complete as he goes right back to Crowder. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a handoff running through the middle, and he'll lose yardage here back at the 41. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He completes it to Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw caught by Olave. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Hey. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They get Lane Johnson, the number 4 pick back in 2013. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up,
They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike. Watch switch.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. To throw is Rodgers. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
27, Mike 27. Come off the ball hard.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on third down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Slam, slam.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in.
Here's a give up the middle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a first carry for their fullback. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
And that drive was going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on third down, but on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the second half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion. And that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Hands it off out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Singletary here running out of the gun. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but
That lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now a dump off here complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll drop to throw. And over the middle, this is Parker. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Back to throw again. And Andrews lost the football. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one
obviously not ready at all.
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Miami, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles.
Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll find Everett there, complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. The Chargers did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Matt Ioannidis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Here's Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say that was on me last week. A really poor performance. Way too many interceptions. Didn't find the end zone throwing the ball. Put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy. But somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down on is the punter, Colby Wadman. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Oh, he shifts past him. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
From the 50, here's Herbert fighting to stay upright. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On second down, Eckler. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Once more, here's Eckler. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle with Eckler. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
First carry now for Isaiah Spiller. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Five yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Eckler now between the tackles. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. The touchdown giving him the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. From the 29, Mahomes.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. This will go to Henry out wide.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't a crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Working with a 2nd and 3. Henry up the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Moulton. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Yellow. I've got blue lane.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And they'll accept that penalty. Up the middle they go. Moulton. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now on 2nd and 16. Mahomes. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
On the give, this is Eckler, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, all knotted up at 7. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Herbert on the screen. This is Eckler. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Aaron Siposs on to punt as he'll get this one away now. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Over the middle and complete to Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd down and 3.
Mahomes now to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Mahomes firing complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. Moulton. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Right back to him on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Mahomes now on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
3rd and short, and they decided not to run for it, and he's able to escape the pressure, finds a clear throwing lane outside the pocket, gets the completion, and picks up the first down.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Henry is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Justin Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. Now Eckler. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Herbert. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They go play fake. Mahomes steps away. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Inside handoff, Henry. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd and 8 coming up. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And caught by Henry. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike 9.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 9 yards that time.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Herbert and the Chargers down 24-14. A minute 55 remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Now Herbert. He's got Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Herbert. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. First down now, but that clock rolling. Herbert to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here, because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again, well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On the counter, it's Henry. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.
Check 26, check 26.
But Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation, because you know they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover free and took points when they were available. Excellent execution, and they did it confidently.
So for Kansas City, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.